So fat, man.
So sleazy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
You got to take your shoes off to count.
Well, I had to figure out how many goddamn people are. The gang's all here. It's like we all went for the money in the bank. And we all lost.
Yeah, my account's the negative right now. So
You, me, and I think everyone on this show. So let's talk about that on the wrestling show. Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
this is the Fatman.
And welcome, everyone, to another wonderful episode. Let's start around the corner because, oh my goodness, we got a lot of introductions. Let's start with the current Jeopardy champion, legendary Dietz. Brandon Dietz is here with us.
The reigning, defending, undisputed,
No, let's
currently undefeated.
1-0.
God bless America, baby.
Next, we have the man who's one bullseye away from superstardom. Heavy G is with us here today.
Evening, gents. How are we doing?
We're almost here.
Hold on. Before you introduce me, I'm going to run my mouth. I'd like to say, right at the start of the show, he also has another accolade. The 100th scorecard that we have done was won by Heavy G, and it was his first win.
Congratulations.
Ooh, miracles never cease. I was like,
almost as good as the U.S. beating Russia.
almost.
Almost. Of course. The Mr. Midnight Man himself. The proud papa. Ryan Williams is here with us. 2 in a row.
Hey, I'm 2 podcasts Ryan this week.
Right? Hashtag Ryan 2 pods. Today we're talking one of the biggest shows of the year.
And Money in the Bank.
I wish. Yeah, we're talking about Money in the Bank today. We've got a lot to cover, a lot of people on the show, so let's get right into it.
Anyone watch the pre-show?
No.
Okay, there was no pre-show matches anyway. Show opens with a men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes versus Chad Gable versus Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso versus L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
16 minutes, 30 seconds. John Canton gave this 4 stars. I'm going to start with Ryan because
I haven't Money in the Bank match of the night.
Because I haven't, well, I was going to say, because I haven't talked to Ryan in a while, but.
Right? Since the After Dark episode. And that 15 minutes I show up on my break.
Yeah.
Okay, it's hard not to talk about the Money in the Bank without talking about the match after too. So I think we should group that together right now. Personally.
Sure. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Hot take. Everything that happened was perfect.
Not a hot take. 100% right. These fucking morons on what's called the internet saying that they wasted the Money in the Bank either don't watch the product or WWE haters or should never ever be allowed to talk wrestling. Ever. It was absolutely the right thing to do. They didn't waste it at all. They've done this before with Money in the Banks.
Mm-hmm.
Not the same night though, as I think.
Yes, Kane.
Kane.
Alexa Bliss has done it.
No, but Kane, like,
Moxley's
their issue is that Drew didn't win the belt. But what I was writing, their issue was Drew didn't win the belt. And I was like, no, all of that was great. As soon as Drew won, I was like, Punk's definitely showing up now.
Yeah.
And they waited, and then when they fucked up the finish, I was like, and Priest didn't kick out, I was like, uh-oh. I bet you that's where Punk was supposed to go, and he forgot to kick out. What happened like a minute later?
I think we'll get to that botch now. I think what happened was McIntyre's music was supposed to hit before the 3, and it didn't.
I read, it was on Busted Open. Bully Ray said it looked like Priest was knocked out.
I thought Priest was knocked out from the knee.
So he's just tripping off. I don't think that's true. I just think it was a production fuck up. That's what I think was. I think that's what happened.
But okay, so back to the original. The match. Well, I like the match. It's a ladder match, so I'm going to like it. There's chaos. There's great spots, and like it was Drew or Jay winning, and they were the last 2 on. So like even the finish made sense of who the 2 believable people were going to win that match was. I had no problems with it, but the women's was way better.
Spoiler. Same thing happened on the women's match. But anyway, 3 3/4. I thought it was a great match. Right kid died. Right thing happened. There's nothing really more to say. There wasn't really one spot that really stood out like, holy fuck, but
overly. No, that was all the women's, honestly.
Yeah, but no,
the men were told to tame down. I bet the women are going nuts here tonight, boss. So you just kind of let Drew win and don't kill yourselves.
But yeah, let's go to Heavy G because he always bitches I save him for last.
I gave it 3.5. I agree. There weren't really no kill yourself spots. And like you said, the right kid died. It was perfect. And like I said, to win it, you knew once Drew won it, you knew he was going to cash. Well, he said he was going to cash it in that night. And what followed was fantastic.
Sorry to interrupt you again. Just to go back on, they said they wasted it. Drew telegraphed what he was going to do, like RVD did.
Right.
So that gave the excuse for CM Punk to say, I'm going to be there just in case he wins. So if he does win, I can fuck him again.
But the thing is, with Punk, with that, Punk actually, if you think about it, Punk got a twofer in that match.
Well, we'll talk about it when we talk about the world title match, but
all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was absolutely the right thing to do, and it just increases the storylines going forward. I mean, it was fantastic. I mean, like I said, 3.5. You can go 3.5, 3 3/4, whatever. It was. I mean, like you said, no big spots. It was just unbelievable.
Sleazy.
What were you saying about the fucking jaded fucks saying that the Money in the Bank is wasted and blah, 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 blah?
Mm-hmm.
Is that you? Are you one?
Okay.
God damn it.
No. Yeah. First of all, I think that's sensationalism, to be frank with you.
If that was Will Ospreay in the same situation, the same people would say it was brilliant. That's what makes me mad.
Probably. Here's
brother. Are we talking about the right show?
Right. Here's my hot take on it. I think I'm the only one that would say this, but I'm just sad that we don't get the Willie or Woney.
We got it with fucking the winner of the women's. Relax.
No, I'm not going to relax. Fuck you. I don't know. I love the allure of it sitting in the background because it's always a fun part of it. And I don't want to say it's wasted. Okay, that's stupid. Okay, saying that the Money in the Bank is wasted. No, they did a great job of doing what they set out to do. Okay, do I like what happened with it? It's fine. The match, it's fine. You know, whatever. No, they progressed a storyline with it. That's great. And what is the one thing we've complained about for years is that they fuck up storylines left and right, you know?
They always ruin the Money in the Bank winner because he loses all the time.
Exactly. And this was a perfect way to kind of go off that script. Having the Money in the Bank winner lose for 6 months and then all of a sudden win a world title and then keep it for 2 months and then lose the very first big challenger. You know, that's how it's been going. This is different. This is new. new is usually something I like. Personally, I just like the allure of, seeing when it happens. But, that being said, let's go to the match itself. I gave it 3.5 stars to start off. I want, I think everyone was pretty much right on when they said that wasn't bad, nothing too major in terms of spots. There are a couple of spots. The Gable suplex to the outside was pretty fucking impressive. And the Spanish fly was fucking deadly in more ways than one. It seemed like a foregone conclusion Drew was winning, but I was kind of hoping I was wrong. I was also, kind of, hoping to see something different, something new. But once again, what we got was still not a bad thing. So,
All right, Deets.
It was a good opener. Like, WWE has really been coming. Like, openers have been pretty damn solid. I rated it just about everybody else, 3.5. I appreciate the work. I really wanted to see Jay win it just because I thought he finally deserved something after getting fucked over X amount of times. And I thought this was his time. This was his moment. We get a cash in, new champ, Jey Uso, crowd goes wild. But no, I don't get any of that. But I get a nice little venture later on with Drew, Punk, Rollins. And it just moved. It created another angle for the story. It gives it another swerve, another niche. Just good storytelling. I appreciated the hell out of it. So it started the night well.
Yeah. Intercontinental Championship, Sami Zayn defends against Braun Breaker, 13 minutes and 15 seconds. Can't give this 3.5. I'll start with Sleazy.
this is probably Sammy's worst match he's had in nearly a year, in my opinion. It was a strangely booked match. Sammy was basically supposedly an underdog, but the match was laid out with Sammy doing the brunt of the offense, almost like he gave Braun a few hope spots and that was it. I hope the knee thing was not serious for Braun, but otherwise didn't like the match. I gave it the George Sanders or the Jim
Mike Sanders?
Mike Sanders. There you go. 2 3/4.
Show some respect to above average Mike Sanders.
I don't know.
WCW commissioner, cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, but I didn't know.
But then disappeared off the face of the planet as soon as WCW closed.
A lot of them did, but we don't judge that either.
Okay, Ryan, go ahead.
I think this match served a purpose in the dead zone as the second match, but it was weird that Sammy got a lot of offense. Ron Kidd died. Braun should have ran over him dominantly. Because it's fine. It's that shock. Sammy just shock beat Gunther and had the belt for a couple of months, but he's not used to the explosive power of somebody else who has also beaten Gunther. And the commentary made a point to say that. So Braun beating Sammy doesn't make Sammy look weak for beating Gunther because Braun's also beating Gunther.
Yeah.
But I think Braun should have took the title then.
Yeah, they're strangely going, it looks like maybe a three-way route for SummerSlam with him, Braun, and Dragunov.
Give me some of that.
Which I'm fine with, which leads me to believe they're going to put the title on Dragunov. Or maybe Dragunov's just there to take the pin and to keep Sammy good. But I gave this 3.25. I thought it was a good match. It was basically the same Sami Zayn match, just rushed with a little more offense, like Sleazy said, that we've seen. So wasn't bad, but wasn't great. Heavy G.
2 3/4. I agree with Sleazy. It was it didn't seem right. It just seemed off. I wasn't used to seeing a lot of offense, like you said, from Sammy against Braun. I went in this when we did our thing. I thought for sure Braun was winning the strap. I thought this was going to be just a runaway, just a train with him getting the push. Really wasn't into that match, and just like I said, I thought Braun should have won the title. Braun should have won the title there. So
Okay. Dietz finishes off, then I'm going to circle back and start with you on the next one.
No, that's fine. So I didn't mind the match. I didn't like the fact that I don't want to say they limited Braun, but you could tell this wasn't ending tonight. Like, this feud was continuing. And it honestly felt a little phoned in by Sammy.
What I like about when we do shows on Tuesdays, especially after big shows from WWE, is Monday Night Raw happens in between. Most of you don't watch product. No, I do.
Oh, and he beat the ever-living shit out of Sammy.
Right, and
yeah.
This is another aspect of, like, when we review pay-per-views, at that point, anything that happened on the Raw the next night should be addressed of going forward. Braun, if anything, Braun looks just as dangerous after Monday Night Raw, regardless of what happened on that pay-per-view.
Right.
Because he beat the crap out of Sammy, and then he beat the crap out of Dragunov.
Right.
So, yeah.
So, no matter what, like, I understood where it was going. The whole match itself, it just, pacing was weird. Sammy getting a ridiculous amount of offense was just off to me. But also at the same time, everything Braun did was impactful. Like, you could physically see Sammy hurt. And to me, that was awesome. So for me,
But, like, outside of
it.
muscles, isn't Sammy taller than Braun?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just by like a hair.
They're both billed at 6 foot.
Well, Sammy's got a little chub to him, but Rex Steiner is
Stop
built like
talking about his dick,
shit.
okay?
But yeah, star rating, I went a solid 3.
Solid 3.
So you have a 1 and a 2 at the same time.
But it was like he said, it just seemed, I don't know, it just seemed
Off.
seemed off.
Had Braun won, that match wouldn't seem off. Honestly. And it could be the exact same match, just change that finish. Had Braun won and killed him with that spear, I don't think everybody looks at that match differently.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Okay, after this match, we had John Cena coming out to announce his retirement in 2025.
Thank you, Cena.
Most people think it would be at WrestleMania. In the press conference, he said he's going January to December.
Yep.
I think. Yeah.
I thought he was scheduled to be at Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and Mania.
Nope. He's pressed on the whole calendar year.
That's what he said.
Yeah,
30 to 40. 30 to 40 dates, he said.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of dates for someone who hasn't been wrestling for a while.
Right.
So 12 dates, worst case, 12 dates right away, pay-per-views. You're down to 18.
Mm-hmm. You can
try that math again, sir.
Is he at
He's
30
doing
dates?
30 to 40 dates.
Oh, I just went and the low math is 30.
Okay.
And pay-per-view amount, which is 12, which puts us at 18. The main show before the pay-per-view puts us at another 12. That's 6. And that's on the low end of 30.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think instead of doing news and rumors this week, which isn't really a lot anyway, we're going to fantasy book Cena's last year. So we'll get to that later.
I've seen a couple of good ones on Reddit about this already, actually.
But
I already had a fantasy booked if he was going to stop at Mania, but that all changed.
Because fuck you.
We're not actually going to talk about the World Heavyweight Championship match.
Thank you. Damian Priest defends against Seth freaking what?
I don't get to talk about how Mr. America, who's literally standing in the ring with a red, white, and blue fucking garb, is talking about how much
fuck you.
Fuck him. Talking about the Canadians.
Like, cool, red, white, and blue. And then I started reading because whatever we were doing, I didn't pay attention to the first little bit that Cena was talking. And up until he said, "Oh, it's my last WrestleMania and I'm retiring," that's when it caught my attention, like full attention. And then I read his shirt, and I'm like, oh, shit.
I knew as soon as he dropped the towel, I said, "Oh, this is.
Yeah.
I immediately texted my brother. I'm like, John Cena's retiring.
Where's my salmon jacket, motherfuckers?
I
You're
was
not-
19 years old, or 18 or 19, and I dressed up as John Cena. And by I called myself John Cena because I had a throwback jersey on. I had a toy belt.
Goddamn right.
Damian Priest defends against Seth freaking Rollins. 14 minutes, 40 seconds. Ken gave this 3.5 stars. We all know McIntyre cashed in. Pug fucked him over. Deets, I said, I'm going to start with you.
I think just a bad night for Priest, man. He has to feel so fucking bad. Either A, he was knocked out. B,
Which means he shouldn't feel bad.
Yeah, if he was knocked out, then you know what? Shit happens.
You know why I know he was not knocked out? His reaction after he pinned McIntyre.
Oh,
Billy Ray claims that was just his fingers twitching.
He was pissed at himself.
Oh, he was furious.
So I know he wasn't knocked out. He was not knocked out. That reaction right there proves that he was not knocked out.
Calling Bully Ray a liar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Getting heat with Busted Open Radio. Thanks, man.
I know so the chair shot from Bully Ray. I don't give a fuck right now.
Fucking dreamer.
Okay. Deets, go ahead. Keep going.
The Tommy Dreamer of the fresh.
That's okay. He no-showed the show in Philly that we saw, so it's okay too.
But it didn't. Always got to throw it back to that damn show.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't want to call it a poop emoji, but I wasn't thrilled with everything. So, and granted, I'm not even talking about Drew. I'm just talking about Seth and Priest. I wasn't too thrilled about it. And granted, I'm normally a Priest guy. I normally think that he puts on bangers. Yeah, I'm going to say that gets the old Mike Sanders, folks. 2 3/4.
I'll go next. I gave it 3 3/4. I really liked it. I liked how the match was short because I thought it built into. They knew Drew was going to cash in. So they kept looking at the entranceways, telling Drew, come on, if you're going to cash in now. Yes, the botch sucked and it did hurt the match, but I don't think it hurt it that bad. The whole Punk thing was great. Yeah, I really liked the psychology of it. They hit big moves because they wanted to end it quick and early. I love that. Was it the best match ever? No, but I thought it was really solid. And Punk, like Kevin G was kind of alluding, Punk not only fucked Drew over, he fucked Rollins over too.
This is where we get I'll go next.
Okay.
And also this is where we get the Raw afters making sense. Right?
Yes.
So they built Drew coming that whole match, and I thought it was perfect. Every time they do something, always catch him looking and looking and looking. And the one time, even after that botch, when you watch that whole match, the one time they don't really pay attention, what happens?
It comes down.
Music hits. Holy shit. And then I knew the cash was going to happen. I knew Punk was showing up, and it took nothing away from that match for me. I thought the boys did great. The botch happened. Whether he was knocked out or not, that was the moment that happened that people are going to take from that. This being 2 PLEs in a row that Damian Priest fucked up. Because I've seen a lot of those complaints online. Unjustified, but it's live TV. What are you going to do?
Right.
Can't really shit on him. We don't as much as we shit on AEW, we don't shit on them for botches because we're just shit happens, right? So it's hard to shit on somebody for a botch.
I think that botch, what was it? Backlash? No, not Backlash. Clash at the Castle. The ropes were loose. Everyone's complaining about that. I think the ropes
AJ Styles is the fucking springboard the first match. Don't tell me the ropes were loose. That's that bullshit. He purposely hits the springboard. They show the referee talking to AJ, and then moments in the match, AJ hits the spring. No.
Here's the difference between that. AJ Styles has been working for 20 plus years in companies other than WWE. You and I both know, Ryan, that that ring that TNA uses, especially the six-sided one, but both rings that they do, they don't use regular ropes like WWE does.
Yeah.
And
Priest has still hit that diving moonsault before, never fucked it up in WWE. So he's used to WWE ropes and rings.
I'm not saying that he isn't. I'm just saying that just a little bit of a difference, a little bit of a change can cause a major problem. And AJ Styles has dealt with companies that have had
Oh, I
type of
spring
things.
from the left, not the right.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
AJ Styles worked at 2CW in the middle of East Bumfuck, New York. Okay? And he was able to do springboards and shit like that. It takes
I worked in front of 6 people in Vermeusen, and I did a nipple spot. So, like,
fair. Absolutely.
He really talking about nipples and jumping
then
off the top rope.
Dreamer was the headliner. 6 people.
6 people.
Anyway.
But back to the match itself. Of everything about that match for me was built great. Everything that, again, I knew everything was going to happen. Well, I could predict everything was going to happen because you never really know.
Right.
And everything about that was great to me. Everything continued, and then the next night, I think Priest foreshadowed that he's losing the belt when he told Seth Rollins that once he beats Gunther, he's going to give him, he's going to grant him another title shot.
Yeah.
I think to me that was foreshadowed.
Yep, I agree. Another thing was, again, this botch I think was this wasn't on Priest either. This was a production botch. But Priest is mad enough to say that's on me. I should have kicked out when I didn't hear it, But I don't think that was all on Priest either. Heavy G.
3 3/4 stars. Like I said, I didn't put too much weight in the botch, to be honest with you. Like I said, the psychology of them trying to hit the home run, looking back at the scene about him doing that, and like I said, while Ryan took my thunder with Punk getting that twofer, while he screwed McIntyre, inadvertently screwing Rollins, getting the apology the next night on Raw. That you heard the gentleman's agreement taken back by Priest. It all played well. I think it all played well. Like I said, 3 3/4 stars. The psychology of that match was phenomenal. And
there wasn't enough flips in it.
Don't need to be enough flips in it. I just think the storyline. If the storyline is good, you don't need to have all the flips
bells and whistles around it. Yep.
If you need the bells and whistles around it, then the storyline's not good.
You're going to get a good match, but there's going to be nothing to it. Sleazy.
Wow, I was an asshole, I guess. 2 stars.
What?
Hated most of it.
Of course you did. Why?
The best part out of the entire match.
Oh, this ought to be good.
Ready?
Yeah.
No one kicks out.
Anyways, let's go back to real stuff.
I love it.
I'm gonna lose my power.
And he pops the crowd.
I can't wait for you to send me that ring for free.
No one kicks out of the fucking Falcon Arrow. Yeah.
Okay,
I think
so you didn't like the flow and everything. Okay, fair enough.
The reality is exactly what I said before with the Money in the Bank match. It was, but the problem also was the fact that I will give them this. They spent a good amount of time openly foreshadowing Drew coming down because Drew made it a point on social media that he was coming down. And 2 smart people went, oh shit, we need to get this shit done now. Mm-hmm. So I like that psychology piece of that. That being said, I didn't like the match. I thought there was a lot of problems with the pacing of the match. After the botch, the entire just floor fell out for me. Because
Drew come out right after.
Yeah, but even after that, I wasn't a fan of it. I wasn't a fan of the cash in as much as as I could have been. For a man who's fucking on the injured list, that man does a lot of fighting in CM Punk. But just the reality is, I wasn't a fan of what it was. And to everyone's credit, talking about Raw, I know everyone watches the product. I don't watch the product.
Read.
I look at this. Well, the thing is that I look at this as a, blinders only on this show and nothing else. So even if I did watch Raw, I don't feel like that I can, in good conscience, retcon my own opinion past it. Like, yeah, that you guys could do that. I don't have a problem
You
with
could at least admit that they fixed issues that you would have.
100%. I'm just looking at just in the microcosm of this match and nothing else. So, and that's it for me.
Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Chelsea Green versus Io
No,
Sky.
no,
I'm not
no.
saying it. I can't. My voice.
Chelsea
Okay, thank you. Versus Io Sky versus Lyra Valkyria versus I'm Almost Spelled Backwards versus Tiffany Stratton versus Zoe Stark. 16 minutes and 50 seconds. Kent gave this 4 1/4. Sleazy, you're the women's wrestling enthusiast.
I'm waiting for me to get knocked out. Of course. This is going
Listen, I figure I get one of those a show, okay?
Well, the answer is this. I come all over this fucking match. 4.5 stars. What was it missing? There's a couple of minor things that was missing. But fuck me if Chelsea Green does not get a fucking huge spot after this show. God damn, pal. Hilarious from bell to bell. Having so many cool little tiny fucking spots. Great. Chelsea being the uber baby face out of the entire match was great.
You mean the Canadian getting cheered in Canada?
Right?
Shock.
But even
dressing
better,
up as Trish Stratus.
right?
Shocker.
Love it. Fucking love it. The best. Now, there were a ton of great spots, ton of dangerous spots. My favorite one should be obvious. The Michinoku driver onto Zoe from EO. Goddamn, pal. Tiffy time, bitches. That being said, I'm happy that she won it. She's a great talent. She's out of all the people that could potentially need that next push up, Tiffany Stratton is it. Everybody else, in theory, could get a title shot without it. Tiffy's the only one that really truly feels like that anytime she's thrown in a match for the title, she's like way the underdog. So having the Money in the Bank on her just seems like a great option for anyone watching the product, of which I don't, but whatever.
I'll go Heavy G.
I had 4.5 stars. Like I said, like he just said, the Michinoku driver was unbelievable. I love Tiffany Stratton winning, and I love it because we mentioned earlier.
I'm laughing because as soon as you said 4.5 stars, I looked immediately at Ryan's.
And Ryan's like, what the fuck is it missing?
I love the fact that I love the fact Tiffany Stratton won. And here's the reason. We talked about this earlier, and I believe Sleazy's the one that mentioned it. People were bitching about, it takes away the lore or whatever, or takes away or it was a wasted thing. To me, and to me, it's not a wasted thing that Drew cashed in right away. It built the storyline with Damian Priest about how long he waited to cash it in. Sleazy said it. The other people don't need the Money in the Bank to get a title shot. Now, to me, I think this helps build Tiffany up. When is she going to cash it? When is she going to cash it? It keeps her a lot more like, okay, when is she going to cash it? Is she going to cash it against Bayley? Is she going to cash it against whoever? I think it keeps her relevant a lot more. Am I wrong in thinking this? In a way?
She's not cashing in on Bailey.
Well, whoever or Liv or whoever has the Raw title. To me, I think it's great because then there's only one Money in the Bank focus, and it's completely on her. I think it was great. Chelsea Green thing was phenomenal. I love it. Great spots. I really don't know what it was like, but I can't give it 5 stars. Sorry, Ryan.
I gave it 4 1/4.
Just so he could dodge the question.
Well, I legit gave it 4 1/4. Chelsea Green was excellent. Right Kid died. They tried to kill each other. I swear to God, I thought Io died 40,000 times. Who was the one that hit her head?
Zoe Stark.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Yeah. I was just like, holy shit.
I thought she was concussed during that point.
So did I. But luckily they're all okay. But yeah, right Kid died. All right, Deets.
So, yeah, I don't understand what you all saw. Yeah, this is totally a 5-star banger.
Thank you.
This was fucking awesome.
Best women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Best women's Money in the best one we've ever had. So Zoe Starks totally redeems herself at fucking up a botch and then coming off hitting that fucking Michinoku driver, the fucking spot where
hold the phone. Hold the phone right there. You gave it 5 stars instead there was a botch in it, therefore it cannot be 5 stars. Lawyered.
Absolutely it can.
Don't care.
It's a ladder match with high risk.
Lawyered.
Lawyer my butt.
The botch was not the wrestling. The botch was the high risk move that they were doing, which gives grace. That was a 5-star fucking match.
Yeah,
everybody had a spot to shine. Everybody looked good. Chelsea Green is super fucking over.
For me, the way all of a sudden Chelsea Green is afraid of heights, and I'm like, okay. Immediately, I even messaged Ryan. I'm like, we're getting Cardona, aren't we?
I was.
I was expecting Cardona to come down and help.
Had Cardona tried to climb the ladder for Chelsea?
Yep. Well, no, put her on the shoulder, the whole shoulder. Like, hey, hop up on the shoulders. I'll climb up, grab the shit, call it a day.
The only reason why I was in GCW that weekend.
So I was expecting it. I was ready for it, but then she took that fucking hellish dive.
So safely. Hey, Darby, you want to do a crazy spot safely?
Well, no, she was fucked up too. No, he doesn't. She had to recorrect in midair, which to me
that was what she purposely did that to make it safe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it awesome match, so good. Right kid won, like chef's kiss, beautiful.
Yo, dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
I do.
Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton versus the Bloodline, 24 minutes, 40 seconds. Canton gave this 3 3/4. Ryan, you're the tag team wrestling enthusiast.
And cat lover.
Some cat
loves that pussy.
Right kids died. I expected this to be chaos, and it absolutely was. And fucking Tolanga smoking Kevin Owens in the head. It's the funniest thing in the world.
He punches his own brother.
His brother in the head, yes.
Apparently, he also got banged up.
Well, wait a second. Before you continue, he didn't just punch his brother in the head. He punched Kevin in the asshole first. Because he botched a low blow. He's been doing this for 8 years in fucking New Japan.
Yeah. Now, devil's advocate, how often do you give somebody a low blow and somebody else's head hanging there?
I don't care. He's been doing shit like this for 8 years. He's been botching shit left and right.
find it funny that Jacob Fatu is supposed to have issues getting into Canada, doesn't have them, and Langa's the one that's not wrestling. I think there's going to be a trade here. The reason the
because they
Grizzlies
botched
so good was
fucking goddamn nut shots. I'm good.
It was still a 4-star match.
I'm dying.
Ray Kids died.
Why didn't he slap his leg while he was hitting his brother in the head?
God almighty.
But yeah, the low blow was fucked up.
That
Funny.
was fucked up.
Oh, you said you missaid funny.
Right person took the pin. Right person did the pin.
Yep.
The camera work was the worst I've seen it in this match in a while. It did not do Solo any favors because the punches he was giving were like this far away from the head. It's not on him. It's just camera work. The first rep bump also looked weird because of the camera work because it looked like he stopped before he hit the ref and then hit the ref. Again, camera work, that's a production issue. Again, I think that's another reason why production was off that night, is what it is. 3.5 stars, so really good. It didn't really take away from the match those issues. It just was just noticeable from my end. But it sets up Solo versus Cody. So, yeah. Let's go Sleazy.
I'm trying to remember.
Try to remember.
I'll try to remember. Let me see if I can pull it up. Because what to say? It was only one guy. Okay. This was a house show main event, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely was. It was a way to get fucking the new bloodline over. It reeked.
Worked.
What's that?
It worked.
I'm not saying it didn't work. But it reminded me of a particular show that Fatman and I were at 3 years ago. Or 2 years ago, excuse me.
Backlash
2022. Same 6-man main event. It was obviously Orton is the only competitor in both matches, really. But it was very similar in how it was laid out. It was very similar in how they were trying to get it over. It was intentionally a bit of a mess, but that's what they wanted to do. And I thought it was fine. It wasn't.
Fuck you. Step on the Lego.
Right. I'll take that. I'll happily take that. I still gave it 3 stars. It wasn't bad, but here's my.
I have one more point to make, but after you're done.
Flip these last 2 matches, man. Come on. Why not? You started with one.
If you put the women's Money in the Bank match on last, everybody thinks Chelsea Green is winning. And are going to hate the finish then.
I disagree.
Champions always got to go last, though.
Not really.
Really? No. Damian Priest went 3rd.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not the real world title.
Wow. Really? It says World Heavyweight Championship. He was the only one.
It's the WWE title.
Doesn't matter. The title wasn't on the line. Therefore, by your logic,
goes on last.
Yeah, by your logic, the world's heavyweight champion should have been on last. He was the one defending his title.
Yes,
you're wrong again.
World heavyweight.
It's called the WWE. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's 2 belts. The Universal title has not been retired yet.
Right.
So Dietz is wrong again. One more point I want to make.
No. I will defend. I will defend Dietz only on this point. The biggest baby face of the company probably should go on last.
That's what he should have said.
Well, I'm defending him.
Baby face with the best title in the world.
Okay, one more point I got to make is Kevin Owens has been fighting the Bloodline for 4 years, and he still doesn't know that 4 members of the Bloodline are always going to attack the 3 members of my team.
He's blinded by rage.
It was a joke. It was just a joke.
No, you want to go there? You want to go there? Cody Rhodes is a fucking idiot because once again he can't do 3 crossroads in a row without looking behind him.
I even told my kid, I'm like, if he does 3, he's losing.
No, I just had to say that because they said, "Oh, Kevin Owens has been fighting the Bloodline for 4 years, and he always loses. I wonder why." The numbers game. Do you think he'd be smart enough by now?
No, I want to fight alone.
Hey, no, because even when the numbers were fair, he still lost War Games.
Mm-hmm.
Owens just like punching people in the face, and especially if you're Samoan, watch the fuck out.
Just like Orton Cruiserweights.
God damn it! I just saw that clip recently too.
Deets.
Of him killing Gerd.
Yeah, this match just served one purpose and one purpose only: to show how fucking awesome Jacob Fatu is. This was a nothing but, hey, let's put him in spots where he fucking shines. And that, like, nobody, like, he Samoan selled the DDT. Nobody gets up that quick. He gets up, I'm a little days, and all of a sudden, beach chest, let's fucking go, and he's a fucking killer again. The whole outside thing, like, they're about to go get a table spot. No. Jacob pops in, fucks everyone up, and then also goes through the fucking wall, which was fucking awesome. This was nothing but a Jacob showcase match. This tickled my fancy all fucking night. Motherfuckers, this was 4 stars. I appreciate the fuck out of this. Good way to go home.
Heavy G.
You guys literally took all my shit. About Kevin Owens not realizing that. The 3 crossroads for Cody. It's like, come on. I gave it 3 stars. The only reason why I really like it is because I called it helped me win because I actually called Solo getting the pin on Cody, which helped me win the damn Money in the Bank thing. I think it was a good thing because it sets up Cody and Solo. It definitely sets up the Bloodline versus Cody and maybe the old Bloodline for the War Games. It was just
You're just obsessed with War Games.
I'm a War Games nut. I'm a War Games fanatic.
Bro, I can't wait.
Connoisseur.
Samoan Warfare.
I'm a War Games connoisseur.
Let's fucking go.
From the original, from the first one to now, I love War Games. The first war, I could watch the first war. I could tell you every move probably in the first War Games. I've watched it that many times. I love War Games. But I think, like you all said, it basically did what it was supposed to. It made Jacob Fatu look like a monster. It's making the new Bloodline look unbeatable, which is basically just going to make it more epic down the road. It's fantastic.
Just minus nut shots.
Well, yeah, the nut shot was. I'm like, he just basically just noogied him. It was, but again, you never see a nut shot going with a tombstone either. So,
overall thoughts on the show? Excellent. My worst match was 3 1/4. It was a great show.
I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was
great fucking show. Really good show. Like if I'm star rating it, it's a solid 4. But what I'm liking is we don't have 7-hour pay-per-views. We have condensed storylines with meaning on everything. And then to tie it all back into TV in some way or another on that Monday, fucking great. Great fucking run. Great run.
Did you hear the shot Triple H took at the post show press conference about the 7-hour show?
I mean, it was a 6-hour show or a 5-hour show if you count watching all the pre-show too.
Well, yeah, he said I'm not usually used to a 7-hour show, and everyone's like, "Ooh," he's like, "I wasn't mean anything. Calm down, calm down."
No, I like these 5-match shows that go 3 hours. Each match is important and it gets time.
Right.
That's what these smaller pay-per-views. Even though I don't think Money in the Bank. I think Money in the Bank's arguably the third
But
biggest show
in
of
the
the
same
year.
premise, it's the same thing as the Rumble. That is a 2-match pay-per-view.
Mhm.
With you'll get 3 other big because the Rumble's only been like 5 matches the past couple of years now too. So I think they're those 2 big ones are booked that way perfectly.
Mhm.
Mania is going to have a lot and be 4 hours. SummerSlam's going 2 nights next year, so that's going to be 4 hours each night or 3.5. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Which is fine because it's not too long. And what do you do with Survivor Series? You do 2 War Games matches. So again,
Yeah. I mean, you could split Survivor Series into 2 nights too if you wanted to, but no, I think 2 War Games. Yeah, like the biggest shows seem to have the biggest 2 That seems to be the trend. If you keep them 3.5 hours tight, they're good.
I don't see. Don't do Survivor Series and don't do Money in the Bank. Leave the 2 of them.
That's one
alone.
nights.
Yeah,
Do Rumble, SummerSlam, and Mania's 2 nights.
Rumble
What
is
should be
easy
the
to
Big
do
Four?
with 2 nights.
Big Four should always be 2 nights now.
Yeah, but there's a big 5. So you're going to make Survivor Series and Money in the Bank 2 nights as well. If you were going to make any of them, I said it should have been Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Backlash.
When there's
No.
here's
Let's randomly do the pay-per-view
Let me
after
back that up with the
WrestleMania.
statement, though. The reason why I say that is because the past couple of years, Backlash has been fucking killer.
Well,
That's
technically,
because they
you
went to a
do.
hot fucking market.
You technically do have it 2 nights. You have the SmackDown before and then Backlash.
To me, I think WWE is missing.
SmackDown the night before is a fucking tease.
WWE is missing one pay-per-view, and they had
Starrcade?
it. I don't think they could get Starrcade.
They
No,
own the rights to Starrcade.
They already have it.
I think they're missing their all-women's pay-per-view that they had before.
Evolution.
Yes.
They have enough talent now that they can do it. I don't know why they don't do it again.
Because you're taking those big women's matches off that pay-per-view. Because why wouldn't you do Money in the Bank at Evolution? Why wouldn't you do War Games? And why wouldn't you do the Rumble? It's all women anyways. Fuck it.
I see your point.
Yeah, but you could have the
You
Queen
could
of
do
the
like a
Ring could have
Taboo
its own
Tuesday
separate
with
pay-per-view.
women only.
but you could have the Raw Women's title, SmackDown Women's title, the NXT Women's title, the NXT North
Night of
American
Women's
Women's
Champions.
title there, the NXT Women's tag, the
There's only one tag, women's tag.
Yeah, it's only one.
Because they got
tag team.
unified. Yeah, give me Night of Women's Champions
Yeah.
instead of Evolution.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then, you know,
Sleazy's not looking too fond of that idea.
here's my problem with this, and it
Too
was
many Asians losing at one show.
Yeah.
well, first of all, yes. No, the reality is this, and I kind of said this when we were talking about the first Evolution pay-per-view. It was a love letter to the women's roster because they were going to Saudi. That was the reason why it existed. And my point about equality in professional wrestling is this. There should never be a point where you have this dedicated show for a certain subset of professional wrestling, because then it shows that you didn't think it was good enough to put in a main event or a featured match on a regular pay-per-view.
Because they weren't
Yeah,
allowed.
I-
They weren't allowed.
Right.
Yeah.
I see your point there too. I really do.
but I disagree with that point because how many times in the
Every
past-
show since that first show. The only reason we haven't had an all women's pay per view is because every show since that first show, there's been some woman on the screen in some way, shape, or form.
right, but before that,
And
the
main
reason-
eventing.
The reason I disagree with that is because of how many times before that have we seen women's matches get cut
That was
really short?
That was before.
You're right.
It's
You're
shitty
right,
that it
though.
happens in women's matches, but it happens to men's matches too. Like
Yeah.
it happens to both.
Here's the reality of this. Equality isn't truly there until a women's match and a men's match is truly equal. It's not special. It's not that, oh my God, a women's match is main evented at pay-per-view. When that is like, oh, like any other match.
Honestly, that's like that now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
the
my
women are
point.
main event pay-per-view. Cool. Like
Yeah.
That's exactly my point. And we're actually regressing if we do an all women's pay-per-view because of that, in my opinion.
Okay. I just got one bit of news and rumors before we go into the John Cena thing. Joe Tessitore signed with WWE.
So who the fuck is he? I heard about this.
So he used to do Monday Night Football for a year. He was okay at that. His bread and butter is boxing and college football.
Boxing.
Yeah.
what's his name?
Joe Tessitore.
Tessitore.
Joe Tessitore.
I will put up a link of his best calls because I've been watching him all
What do
day.
you mean? Sleazy gave me power. Hold on. Sleazy gave me power. Sleazy gave me
Like
power.
there's a famous cheap shot that happened on like ESPN boxing.
This guy?
No. That's him?
No, that's
That.
Joe,
No.
that's PA Treasurer Joe.
Oh, that's a politician.
That's the wrong guy. That's the wrong guy.
What's his name?
Joe Tessitore.
Tessitore.
TES.
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 Ah,
There you go.
I think that's him.
That's him. Yes.
That's the man.
That's Joe Tessitore.
What a dude.
He looks
Who
like
the fuck is he?
He's
a
an
shaved up
excellent
Son of
boxing
Sam.
commentator.
Yes.
One of the best in the world. I consider him next to Mauro Ranallo because he's one of the best fight commentators. He's right up there with him.
And he's
And
becoming
he's
a
kind of got
wrestler?
that same style too.
No, he's coming a commentator.
He's going to become a
Yeah,
commentator.
He's lead commentating on
He's
SmackDown.
He's gonna be on SmackDown. Yep.
Holy shit, he's from Schenectady.
Yeah, I was just going to say he's been a commentator since 1993, so I would assume he could commentate things.
He's
good.
phenomenal.
Real good.
He's phenomenal. And I think, and with him, he's going to bring a credibility
Mm-hmm.
to the
He's called a
WWE.
lot. He used to host the Heisman.
Yes.
So before they gave it to Fowler,
So with the three sports guys on here, we know who he is.
Yes.
Okay. I've heard his voice a billion times, but at no point I can guarantee I can tell you who that guy was. Because
now this is what I pray to God does
Probably,
not
yeah.
happen. So if we get Tessitore, I don't want to see Gus Johnson in a WWE ring
No.
at all.
I don't think Raw will ever go back to three commentators. SmackDown will be two
Well,
and be fine.
no, I don't think. No, SmackDown's going away from Fox anyway, so Gus Johnson won't be on there. Well, they're going to USA, and is Tessitore still going to be with ESPN?
Tessitore is still with ESPN
Okay.
calling college football.
Okay.
So they're doing similar to what
He got the
Pat was
McAfee
doing.
deal basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very interesting calling SmackDown on Fridays and then having to fly to a different city to call
Well,
it.
no, he used to do
SEC.
the ACC Friday night games.
Well, he was doing SEC last year.
Yeah, well, they finally switched him to SEC, but he was always the Friday night ACC guy because his kid played for Boston College.
Right.
God, that's a lot of letters.
That Sleazy doesn't know about.
The Athletic Coast Conference and the Southeastern Conference.
That's
Hey,
what
the
you know.
Athletic Coast Conference has some prestigious colleges like California and Stanford. You take it easy over there on the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Okay. The Athletic Coast Conference.
Wait. When did the ACC get Cal?
Last year.
Last year.
I
Cal-
thought Cal went to Big
No.
Ten.
Nope.
No.
How
I'm
does this
thinking
all
South-
tie
You-
into John Cena's retirement?
USC and UCLA
No.
went to the
One
Big
other
Ten.
rumor. I got one other news bit.
Okay.
Finn Balor re-signed today. 5 years.
Great. Back to wrestling. I love it.
Okay. John Cena in retirement. It's more like who do you want him to see in his
So
last year?
his 30-day, everything I've seen online is basically referenced. He's only doing Rumble to Mania.
You're wrong.
Everything I've seen online and reading, I'm just is
Let
is
me
not
get it on
unlike,
the podcast.
but it's not unlike WWE to change a promo after. Most of the fantasy bookings that I've seen or thought of is basically centered around Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and Mania. And that's the one. That's the one you're realistically going to have Cena if you're going to have him for anything.
Well, no, he's got to get the Rumble, but then if he loses Rumble, you got to get him in the Chamber,
which he'll win. Cena's winning the 17th belt. I'm just going to throw that into the universe right now. I know that because the belt is still 2 titles, Randy Orton is going to win that title. He's going to be at 16 too. So when Cena wins, Cena goes to 8.
Punk Cena.
No.
It's literally the hottest feud he's ever had. Next to Edge.
No. To me, he doesn't win. He doesn't have to win. He doesn't have to win the Rumble. He doesn't have to win Elimination Chamber. Orton, Cena, WrestleMania. Orton turns heel on Cody. Orton wins the title. At Royal Rumble. Says he wants to retire Cena. Give Cena the match at WrestleMania 41. Cena retires as the 17-time champion.
18. It's 2 belts.
Well, the second night. The second night. Cena wins the belt. It's number 17. Vacates it the next night on Raw. King of the Ring for the new title.
So what I'm reading is that he's guaranteed to make appearances at Rumble, Mania, and Elimination Chamber, but he's working 30 to 40 dates throughout 2025.
Well, but see, if he does that, then...
But you heavily book him at the start of the year, and you burn a bunch
He's
of...
on that first show on Netflix, 100%.
Absolutely. He has to be.
Yeah.
How do you not have Hulk Hogan on that show?
Because he's Hulk Hogan, he's a piece of shit.
Lots of people are pieces of shit on that show.
Logan Paul.
I would love Cena versus Logan Paul.
You're talking about iconic. That show is going to be
is fucking
iconic. That
iconic.
Netflix show, that first one.
They're going to go
out.
There's going to be 4 people on that show in the opening segment on Netflix. Rock, Cena, Austin,
Hogan.
and
They're inducting Cena into the GOATs. Oh my God, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's
That's absolutely going to happen on the first night of Netflix Raw. With any luck, Brock Lesnar will come down and beat the shit out of all of them. But here's the reality. Cena's doing the Rumble, right? That's
yes,
without question. Does he win it? I don't know.
That's the first A or B question I can pull out of this.
No.
Does he win the Rumble or does he win at Elimination Chamber to get a title shot?
Neither.
I think neither. I think he's not getting a straight title shot there because I think they're going to wait on that until SummerSlam. And there's a reason why I say that in a moment. Cena was the first person to lose Money in the Bank. He needs to avenge that. So he's going to go in the Money in the Bank ladder match. I think that's how they're going to get him to SummerSlam by him basically saying, this is my Money in the Bank. I'm cashing in whoever it is at SummerSlam. Okay. So the question is people. Okay. Punk is absolutely one of them. Orton is absolutely one of them.
Orton's his main opponent.
AJ
Orton is champion.
I believe.
No. You don't need it to be for the title.
It's not that a need.
But Sleazy's onto something about SummerSlam. For the title. What's one thing Cena hasn't won in WWE?
The
Intercontinental title. Yeah.
He hasn't won King of the Ring.
He also hasn't won King of the Ring. Yeah.
King of the Ring gets you a title shot at SummerSlam.
if they continue that trend, that may be the way to do it.
They would shit all over Cena winning King of the Ring.
Absolutely. AJ Styles. He needs to face AJ Styles. He needs to face Kevin Owens.
I was saying this to Heavy G on the Sports Podcast.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are great matchups. Obviously, Michael's Angle, Triple H.
Oh no, we were on the phone. Sorry, we were on the phone.
You're missing
JBL.
the one thing that he needs to do when he's back. He needs to put over the young guys.
No, absolutely not.
No,
he doesn't.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
Not in this run.
I don't believe. I read that somewhere, and I don't believe that nonsense.
He will lose his last match.
Keep him away. His last match is that if it's
Survivor Series,
so it's going to be in War Games because he's never done one.
Well, doesn't necessarily mean he has to be in War Games.
Nah, he won't be in that.
No,
you don't put Cena's last match in War Games, John.
No,
not when you got Samoan Civil War. Absolutely not.
That's next year. Samoan Civil War is this year.
Yeah.
We're talking. If you're talking the whole 2025 and doing your dates, that'll be next year.
He doesn't lose in War Games.
No, he's not going to be in War Games.
No way. He quits. First time he taps out. He gave up. That's how
he's tapped out before, though.
I know, but that was the other Cena.
What if he puts over LA Knight at Survivor Series for the belt?
I don't think he puts over somebody that's above 40.
He's putting over Cody.
No, he's not.
I don't think so.
Cody's is going to be his last match. He's
beating Cody.
Is Cody going to be his?
And he's going to 18. And if he doesn't go to 18, he goes to 17. That means the Universal title gets retired.
Universal title's technically already retired.
It's not. The reason that it's the undisputed WWE Championship is because the Universal title is still considered it. They've done it before. Yes, I get the world title aspect, and fuck off, they just made a new belt. But this belt is undisputed because it holds the two championships together.
Your logic's flawed.
Statistically speaking, you can sneak Orton to 16 and Cena to 18.
You can, but you'll be wrong.
But WWE will.
Just to beat Flair, because Flair's not in the company anymore.
Orton ties Flair. Cena beats them both by 2.
It's Cena Orton at Mania. It's not going to be for the title.
Your logic isn't wrong.
This is all ridiculous.
It's Orton Cena at Mania. Can we all agree it's Orton Cena Mania?
Yeah,
I agree.
It's not going to be for the title though.
That's where we don't agree.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Cena doesn't need to go to 18. Cena doesn't need to go to 17.
No.
Yes,
Cena's entire legacy is him being his own person, doing his own thing. There is never been a point, and I dare say, even in the last 5 years, where he's like, I need to beat Flair. Nobody. Because the reality is, Flair's record isn't a record. It's 5 more than what it is. Just because WWE wants to retcon it and say it was only 17 doesn't mean anything. Or 16, whatever it is. The point is that it's not. It's like 22 or 23. Because they don't count certain one-day reigns that Flair dropped and somebody picked it back up.
But why would they? Because on TV, they'd always bullshit it away like it was a continuous reign and nonsense like that. But smart Macs are like, but this title change happened. It is wrestling. They control their history. So when they said something doesn't happen,
I'm saying that as a sub reason for why it doesn't matter if Cena wins his 17th or not.
I think that's the run. I think that's the storyline to go with.
I don't think it matters, but I think that's where they're going to go with. He's going to win the title. It's not going to be a Mania.
I say he's going to win a title, and it's not that.
I first thought about this and popped for the IC title, make him a Grand Slam. But the stuff I've read and the booking, the best one I got was Cena's in the Rumble. He comes in 18, throws out a bunch of people. Whoever's number 30, they left it out, eliminates Cena. Cena comes back in and pops the 3 remaining people with AAs. Elimination Chamber happens. You got to qualify. He beats AJ Styles to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. The final 2 in the Elimination Chamber are Cody and Cena. where Cena boots Cody in the dick and pins him to win the belts. And he has a heel turn to Mania. And I thought that was great.
There's no way.
Always the kick to the nuts.
There's no way.
There's no way
There's no
he's
way
turning
he puts
heel.
it. There's
I
no way.
know there's no way it's going to happen. But if it does, that's the one I want to pick for my so insane it can't happen, but anything can happen to WWE, and we've seen it.
Either that or Cena
Cena's
brings back
boot-
the NWO fight.
Or does Cody kick Cena in the dick to turn heel?
That would be more logical.
Cody needs to be face after Cena leaves.
Yeah, because there's nobody that takes
Yeah,
Cody's
that's
place.
Cena then fight at that. If that's the way the story goes, then Cena fights Cody at Mania and puts him back over for the belt.
I take that back. There is somebody that would be just as big as a face, and they're going to turn him face, and that's Roman Reigns. So
Roman Rock next year at Mania.
Yeah, that we know that's happening.
So that's
Roman
something
Cody's
that don't have a
happening
title and don't need a
sometime.
title.
Roman Cody's got to happen sometime.
But if you have that, you can actually have Roman as the face and Cody as the heel.
So the
Roman
fantasy
Rock,
book Cena thing, you get
Rock
the
Cody. Rock Cody. Is going to happen sometime.
So when you fantasy book Cena, we get the fantasy book something else, which I like, just to make everything make sense storyline wise. So if you have Rock and Roman and Cena and the WWE champion, we'll say Cody, Randy, whoever, what are your other two main events on night one? I think Cena main events night two. I think
Punk Rollins
or
Yeah.
Punk Drew.
Punk Rollins.
Or a triple threat, Punk, Rollins, and McIntyre.
No,
So
I
who
don't
does
think-
Gunther defend the World Heavyweight title against? Because I think Gunther's winning it at SummerSlam and he's holding it till Mania. See, these are the pieces like you gotta.
Wait, Gunther, McIntyre for the belt, though.
That'd be deadly.
Triple threat, Gunther, McIntyre, and Sheamus.
Dragunov.
Dragunov.
If you're gonna make a triple threat, or Dragunov and Braun get to go again at Mania and an undercard match and will fucking steal the show. But that's really wherever you put Cena, whether it's Raw or SmackDown, when you fantasy book this whole idea, you really have to build the two title matches and the two matches that aren't title matches that are draws.
That's why I don't think Cena's going for a title. It's going to be him and Orton.
So what are your world title matches? See, this I like. See, but sorry for After Dark taking over.
I still think it's Punk Rollins. I somehow they're gonna turn it back to Punk Rollins. I think.
we lost. I'm sorry.
And Cody versus Cody Rock.
Roman Rock.
No, I think
Roman Rock.
Roman Rock can happen.
No, it's
Roman
gonna
Rock
be
is
Cody.
absolutely happening.
No, it's gonna
Roman
be Cody.
Rock is closing night 2.
No, I think it's gonna be Cody
Roman
Rock.
Rock closing night 1.
No, it's got to be Cody Rock because of the whole what he put in the hand and
That's
breaking the because that was left unsolved to me. That was left.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Cody.
Here's the fun part. There's so many possibilities that it's.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's what makes this great. Because
I just don't. I don't think Cena's going to go for a title at Mania. It's going to be after. I think.
He goes down to NXT and puts over Trick Williams
I'm okay.
What are you
with
talking
that.
about? He puts over Ethan Page.
or Joe Henry.
Okay, I'm also a math guy and I like numbers. So on the plus side, even if they add dates, because Cena is still a wrestling fan, true at heart, and Cena loves professional wrestling. In between his scheduling, say we get Cena for 45 dates.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You run him a lot during Raw, Elimination Chamber, and WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
You burn, 15, 20 dates if you build it properly with showing them on TV? Because if you're going for
Injury
one.
angle.
I mean, every Raw is 26 dates. That's not bad. Add 12 to that, that's 38. That's not bad. He's on Raw
every Raw or every SmackDown.
assuming he's on every single Raw. I mean, I'm obviously.
So
they
he could
won't
go
be.
on. There's where he could go away for a
And
couple
this
of
is
weeks.
also assuming that,
he just get hurt.
well, that too, but also is also
He's not
assuming
stealing
that
Punk's gimmick.
his last match isn't at Mania. Because if it is at Mania, this whole title thing ain't happening.
Oh no, see, I see. To me, if his last match is at Mania, I think he wins it and then
No.
Oh,
goes out for
shit. Since we're live, breaking news: the fucking Rascals are back together on NXT.
Nice.
Rascals and Gallus. Woo.
Fuck me.
All
but
three
see,
members?
All three, all popping here huge. This is the
Trey,
best thing.
Trey
Oh.
Miguel and Zachary Wentz are there?
They
Nice.
got Rascal jerseys.
But yeah, but no, I like the thing with SummerSlam because if he's gonna go for a title at SummerSlam, see when I first I thought he'd win the title. King of the Ring would be for one of the King of the Ring would win the title. Can we get King of the Ring back to one night, please, instead of having it?
It is one night. Oh, you
No.
no.
I want
because
I
you're
want-
gonna get like
Finals.
because you're gonna get like 5-minute matches, and they're not.
I'd settle for semifinals and finals the same night. Still risky because you're having people wrestle twice.
Yeah.
But how they did this King of the Ring this year was fantastic.
I agree.
I agree as well. I still believe that if we're only doing till Mania, his Mania match is against the Intercontinental Champion. I really believe that. I don't know who that will be.
I think his Mania match is with Orton.
it's got to be. With
It
Orton.
might be against Orton. It might be for the Intercontinental title.
But no, I don't think it's gonna be for the Intercontinental title because they already put the seed in that Orton's gonna turn because he's looking at Cody's belt.
Listen,
Okay.
first off, regardless, it's Randy Orton. Is it really turning like
Right.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Second off, Orton's on SmackDown. The Intercontinental Champion's on Raw. So
right.
right?
That doesn't matter.
That's easily writable, and you know that.
I know, but I just gotta throw shit at Sleazy because he doesn't watch the product
Fair
and
enough.
he doesn't know which titles are on which show. Correct.
You know what I'd like to do? We all need to write it down in an envelope. What's going to happen at those 3 shows, and seal it, and leave it alone, and don't tell anybody, and just put it away. And
I can tell you right now.
Yeah, but that's not the point, you asshole.
I already told you he's facing Orton in Mania. 1-on-1, no title. That's
I would love it if they went,
Fucker.
and then he wins the Rumble. You know what I mean? That would be the luck of that. Or more importantly,
why do you
he
not
wins
book him
the-
with Super Cena? Like,
He wins the Women's Rumble.
can you imagine?
Right?
That's our truth. Fuck you. As
How
Cena,
dare you?
dressed as Cena as a tribute.
There's another one. Have R-Truth retire his childhood hero. That is 100% at least a Raw match. Without
they're tagging together.
Has to happen.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
that's
absolutely
gotta
true.
happen.
They will tag together.
and win the titles.
They will tag
But-
together.
No.
Could
So it's 2025 Survivor Series. As your crazy fantasy booking goes.
Okay.
John Cena has a team in War Games, and Randy Orton has a team in War Games. Fill them. And we're talking a year and a half in advance on people. Fill those teams.
Orton. God, that's an interesting one. Because I assume it will be 4-on-4.
5-on-5.
I think they would do 4-on-4. Which gives.
what are we going to
each-
do? 4-on-4 or 5-on-5?
5-on-5. Obviously. They're going to make it 5-on-5. Counting this fantasy booking, this is like Cena's actual last match, right?
Cena, R-Truth.
Miz. If you're going to do our
If you're putting Truth there, you got to put Miz there.
Yeah.
Miz.
And a main event level name. Fuck everybody else.
This is the time where I say,
LA
take
Knight.
Kurt Angle's muddled corpse and throw him into the match.
Eddie Benoit, we'll call him. You'll never know which one.
Crispin.
LA Knight.
That would give him a rub.
I feel like when you build one team, you're gonna get to build the other side. So Orton takes Logan Paul.
Oh yeah, without question.
Right? And again, this is a year and a half later, but it's still
Braun
stuff that
Breaker.
WWE like lying booking.
Braun Breaker.
Goes
And
on
whoever
Orton.
the
On
tag
Orton's
champs
team.
I think Cena snags Jey Uso.
Mm-hmm.
Because it looks like Cena's team is going to be Raw, and Orton's team is basically coming down to be SmackDown.
Well, Braun's on Raw, but
In a year and a half.
right. So hard because you just don't know.
No.
And there could be Ethan Page could be up on the fucking main roster by then. You don't even know.
I'm looking at it from a nostalgia standpoint, and I can't think of anybody that would be like name a tag team that would be
Tag team. Fuck that. They
See,
need
I
Carlito.
don't-
Carlito had somebody stab
See,
his
I don't think he'd team with the Miz because they just had too much of a history.
They just recently did it and loved it. Because of truth. That's how the three of them tangle in so well.
Yeah.
Jey Uso being the man of he's the man now. In a year and a half, Jey Uso's going to still be the man.
I think it would be Cena, Uso, LA Knight.
You gotta have a crazy person like Dragunov in there.
I was gonna say Dragunov.
Orton, Braun.
I would like to see on Cody's team. I'd love to see Trick Williams there.
I was going to say Carmelo, but yeah, Trick is
But no, Trick on Cody on Cena's team, then you can put Carmelo on Orton's team.
I think
Put Owens on Orton's team.
This is where it gets fucked because Sami Zayn. And we have yet to mention any other Samoan besides Jay, I'd like to point out.
Because it doesn't fit. Well, I mean, it does fit. It does fit for the last couple of years.
Think of the fun fucking nonsense that happened with Cody versus Roman and all of the run-ins and it was bad. Can you think of the crazy amount of run-ins that would be in a War Games match or shenanigans that would evolve from that?
We'll see it this year. This is hard. That's what she said.
Do you pull Taker out of retirement?
No.
No, he won't do it. Not with two replaced hips.
No.
Yeah, be Orton, Braun Breaker,
Rock. Orton Breaker Rock.
How do you not put Roman on the face side? Because again, logically speaking, if you're going to do this, because I think the booking leads that Cena's last match at War Games. By the way, the heels win, and that's Cena's career. If you do this.
Yeah.
Right, so Orton, Rock.
but we haven't talked about Cena Rock last match. Yeah,
Edge will be back, sure.
I mean, if there's one person that
That's
can go to
missing,
AEW to go face Cena, it would be Edge.
yeah.
I mean, what's WWE gonna do? He goes to AEW for a 3-match series with somebody.
Hey, Fat Man.
Huh.
There's your fucking nonsensical Forbidden Door match.
Yeah.
Cena and Edge.
Match.
Yeah.
No, Cena. I don't think Cena would ever go to another company.
No, the premise behind the Forbidden Door is that is a world that AEW and WWE agree to one show
There's no,
and break the internet.
It would break the internet. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I would not be against that at all. And there's the reality of it.
But Cena can't be the only WWE star on that show. There
No,
has
but
to be
that's
more. But that would be the big marquee match.
Well, what you do
I
is
don't
you'd
think
have
so.
Edge
Well,
show up for a Mania, and in response, have somebody big like, oh, I don't know, Ron Breaker.
Screw it.
Go
I changed my
to
answer.
AEW.
It's the Ric Flair retirement plan. Triple H is coming out and going, good answer, buddy, and retiring. Next time you lose, you're done.
You could do it that way.
Cena's going to go all the belts.
Hashtag all the belts.
yeah, he's gonna tell us you're gonna do look like Ultimate Dragon with all the fucking.
Can we put 8 belts on him? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Go down to NXT. Yeah, we could.
I mean, we can add the women's Intercontinental Championship to that.
And the women's US title. Both great ideas that are coming.
Can't wait. Can't.
So there's lots of shit that can happen with Cena's retirement tour.
Yes.
In short, yes.
To me, I think
Sure.
we're overthinking it. I just think it's Cena just wants to wrestle people.
Yeah. If you
Like-
want some, come get some. The US Open Challenge.
Right. No, but basically that. But it's more
That's-
like if he wants to
That's-
wrestle her one time, he wants to wrestle Punk again. And then they'll throw in like a month or two reign of a world title, and then go back to wrestling this person, wrestling the person. I just think we're overbooking it.
I still believe that he's not winning a major match because he just spent 4 years losing.
The Rock won night 1 of WrestleMania.
Yes, I know. I guess my point is that Cena has a different, in my opinion, from the way he's come back and put people over, he has a different philosophy about professional wrestling.
I'm going to cage match.
More than happy to see that man constantly putting people over.
You hold your horse. You hold your. I'm going to see the statistical mass matches of John Anthony Cena.
Anthony Junior, by the way, isn't he a junior? I believe he's
He is.
When's the last time he won a match?
Wasn't it
Years.
like
Fucking 3 months
I
ago.
was just saying? Wasn't it 3 months ago?
No, nobody remembers that.
You're a
If you watch
dickhead.
the product,
I don't remember. I didn't watch that shit. I don't even remember who we beat.
Yeah.
Yes,
Guess what? You get to learn how to read.
I don't get to read.
I can't read that.
Oh, it
Okay,
was
so I'll read it out
it
loud.
was a 6-man with a Raw. No, I mean
Beat the Judgment Day.
him.
Lost the. I'm going to go back
Him.
to his last 10 matches.
Dominic Mysterio on a SmackDown,
And the current tag team champions.
and those are dark matches.
That
When
was
was
not
it?
a dark match. That was live on TV.
Well, it says John
I
Cena versus Dominic Mysterio dark match. I can read. I'm talking singles matches here.
Yeah, I'm going up to the top of the list there, dickhead. You're skipping ahead.
Yeah, because fuck you.
So you can't count dark matches
Yeah.
because we're just talking about his TV time now, aren't we? Since he's lost
Yep.
for the past 4 years on TV.
Yeah.
This is what I'm reading now.
Okay.
One on TV, lost on TV, one on TV, one on TV. Oh,
that
that was a
was-
house show.
no,
I do
that-
apologize.
Yeah.
Lost on TV, one on TV. Lost in 2021. That was Roman Reigns. Like, oh, look. His statistics aren't that bad.
So my point stands. Who the fuck did he ever beat?
Let's see. What would you consider his last big win?
Let
Oh, look, he teamed with Dominic Mysterio there for a win.
me see here. His last big one?
That I'm reading through his matches now just to see when a big show that he won at was. Wow, I'm back to 2020 and he lost to the Fiend.
All right. I mean,
What? That's a bit of a jump.
2019.
January 1st, 2014. January 1st, I'm stoned. January 14th, 2019, he loses a fatal 4-way match for the number 1 contendership for the Universal title.
Mhm.
Doesn't have a next registered match until the Firefly Funhouse match a year and 2 months later.
Yeah. That wasn't really a match.
No, it wasn't.
So, in
Fuck you,
terms
Lord.
of big, like truly big matches that he's won, yikes. I mean,
Greatest Royal Rumble versus Triple H in 2016 or 2018?
2018.
beating Styles on a fucking SmackDown. Like,
Because then he lost to Triple H, then he lost to Roman Reigns again.
I guess this was kind of my point here. I mean, in the reality of this, and I obviously
Look at this
Well,
match. Can you read that?
Miz, Elias, John Cena, and Roman Reigns
For the Intercontinental title on a house show.
right? Things
Happened
change
2
in
nights in a
60.
row.
Yeah. In Oklahoma City.
What the fuck?
Fuck.
That would have been a TV match.
I guess.
Pete Goldust.
Oh God, I can't see the bottom. No, I can't see that. I can't see
Boy,
that. The Rumble match.
that Nakamura one.
Oh God. New Japan presents Royal Rumble.
I'm just saying we're going back a long ways to something that's considered a big win here. Roman Reigns versus John Cena for the Intercontinental title. What the fuck?
Right?
Oh, Christmas time. Big match.
Yeah.
Oh, he beat Elias on TV.
Beat Braun Strowman.
He lost that
Great.
Survivor Series match in 2017. Again, not a big win.
It was also.
Oh, yeah, by DQ.
Yeah.
Jason Jordan.
Like truly, I mean,
You
Baron
might be
Corbin. SummerSlam 2017. That was his last big win.
Where is that? Am I blind?
It's SummerSlam. A little bit further down. I'm jumping ahead.
Oh, okay.
Like you take a look at the people. Oh, that whole match with Rusev.
That Rusev feud, is it?
Oh God. Like, but this is kind of making my point here.
Battleground.
He spent 8 years trying to get other talent over.
That is crazy.
Except when he buried Fandango.
On SmackDown in 2017. It was 1 minute and 25 seconds, says Cage Match.
Right? Heavy G, put yourself over while we gotta wrap this shit up.
You can catch me and the Hall of Famer Fat Man on the best darn sports show, period. 2, along with Chip. We've got some big shows coming up in August. We are going to go through every NFL team schedule. We're going to pick our champions of the AFC, the NFC, divisional wild cards, matchups. Holy hell. You name it, we're going to do it. That show is going to be August 15th. We're going to talk all sorts of stuff. Catch us then.
It's gonna be off the chain.
Off
Ryan,
the
put
his
yourself
up.
over. Ryan, put yourself over.
Ryan Buckgotch, Reddit, Twitter, X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. We use Reddit's fantasy booking tonight, so I've already put over the Reddit anyways. And the last big win I actually found to leave is when he beat AJ for that title.
Wow.
Royal Rumble.
Yeah. The last would you consider a big win was that.
When they're trying to hashtag beat up John Cena. I love that. I love that entire fucking run. I'm at TW Sleazy. Fuck this asshole. We are Sleazy Fatman on X, Instagram, Threads, TikTok. Please go on over there and follow us. Find our videos at twitch.tv/Sleazy and Fatman, youtube.com/Sleazy and Fatman, and premium content at onlyfans.com/wrestling show. Like and subscribe to your favorite platform. Click that notification icon on YouTube. So when Ryan decides to go live or when we decide to go on some random tangent, maybe one night, you guys get notified that we're doing it. Explore more content at thewrestlingshow.com, including articles, merch, and so much more. Catch this podcast every Saturday morning on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, Podbean, wherever you get your podcasts. Please rate us and enable that automatic downloads. It really does help us out. So with thanks to Dietz, who fell off the planet there.
That's because he's scared because he's got to defend his belt Thursday fucking night.
Right? Fuck him. Thanks to Heavy G and thank you. Of course, Ryan putting over TWS After Dark. This Thursday, we're doing.
It's gonna be a new champion crown. Fuck that dickhead.
Fuck that dickhead. Well,
and for those watching along, it's gonna be WCW theme. So let's fucking go.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait. For Sleazy,
For the Fat Man.
this is the wrestling show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
Fuck Dave Meltzer. I'll say that a lot next show. Fuck Tony Khan and his alleged coke habit. Hot dog's not a sandwich. A sub is not a sandwich. A burger is a sandwich. Burritos and tacos are not a sandwich. You Indiana piece of shit.
Tacos a sandwich.
Some judge in Indiana who's fucking mentally incompetent to be a judge. Next show, we are going to talk NXT Heatwave.
It's going to be hot.
I'm a truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun. I'm the pain in the game. The blood shed in your name. When there's nothing to gain.